without, valid substantiation. In getting your licenses, yes, bureaucracy, that nexus developed between the businessman, politician and the bureaucrat. Now you have a situation where you don't have the license permit Raj, but you still have the nexus between bureaucracy and the politician and the businessman for what? To create new avenues. Let me give you one example. Now you have for nearly 10 years now a thing called the Mauritius route from which money comes into our country. Many of you in the financial sector would know. Now what is this? How did this happen? Some countries in the world come into an agreement with each other saying that it's a treaty to avoid mutual taxation. I mean, in the sense, if the same tax is there in both the countries, if a corporate or a businessman who pays that tax in one country need not pay the same tax in another country. Suppose you paid income tax in Mauritius, you don't have to pay the income tax in India for that amount of earning that you've made. Now, you have a double taxation avoidance treaty with Mauritius on capital gains tax. Now, Mauritius does not have a capital gains tax at all. But if you have a double taxation avoidance treaty with Mauritius, any money coming from Mauritius into India that makes capital gains here and goes back into Mauritius doesn't pay tax in India at all because you have the treaty with Mauritius. So you created a new avenue. You created a new avenue for this crony capitalism or this sort of route to take place. So you siphon illegal money made in the country through abroad to come back to India through Mauritius. You converted your black into white. You have not only legalized that money, but you are also not paying any tax on it. So you see, so the point is that it is not the regime that is responsible for this crony capitalism. It is capitalism itself that pushes.
The party goes out, uses muscle power, breaks some window pane, burns some buses, and you have your protest there. How do you fund such activity? My question is how much loss does such kind of activity cause in general, protests or burns cause to the public? And who's responsible for all those losses?
You see, this is a major backbone. I go to the worker and say, boss, you have to have work discipline. You will have to put in 8 hours of work properly in order to earn your wages. He turns around and tells me, sir, you sign one file sitting in Delhi in the government and you make thousands of crores of rupees. And you expect me to sweat it out for 8 hours to earn my meager wages. What will be your answer? He has the right to loot, but you have the right to work. So you see, if you want to cleanse the system, you have to cleanse it from top to bottom. You can't pick out on one or thing saying that in this particular incident you are wrong, therefore this is. That doesn't help us, that doesn't help anybody. And that is why fighting corruption and fighting inefficiency in our country is so difficult. Because you have glaring examples of such things happening at a multiply larger scale at the top. So for me to extract discipline and a work culture, an efficient work culture from the worker or from the working class is all the more difficult in this sort of an atmosphere and the situation of crony capitalism that you have. You know, like these foreign companies can. So this was an inbuilt mechanism, I mean, where you legalized in that sense. In the name of commission for services rendered, you opened up a new route for corruption. So the system that you had created post liberalization, post 91, was a system where you said the market will take care of all these things. But the market itself has this inbuilt mechanism of pushing the system towards crony capitalism. So what is required is actually a set of very strict regulations which need to be enforced through political will. Mere regulations themselves also will not ensure this. Like in this 2G case, what can be done now? 1,76,000. We said 85 of the 122 companies that got the license have not started any operation so far in clear violation of the contract. They had to start the operations in 6 months. They have not cancelled those licenses. For the rest of them, immediately say use the 3G auction as the benchmark. There are various formulas that you can work out. What should have been the actual price of 2G? Or even what was sold by those who got the 2G subsequently in the market. Use that as your benchmark, and tell all these companies you will have to shell out all this now. If you shell out, very good, continue. If you don't, then give up your license and then we'll auction it. But you require that political will to do that. That political will you require to do that, because that's the only way. I mean, how can you tell me, or any one of you tell me, how can I justify or accept those? That instead of providing food security for my countrymen, I will provide super profits to these companies. I mean, how can that issue be reconciled? Unless I have the political will to collect all this that is legitimately due to the government. So, final analysis, you require the political will.
Can you list top 5 achievements of the Communist Party in the last 5 years, which will inspire the youths of India to vote in larger number for Communist Party?
Well, let me begin. I'm very disappointed you asked me only 5. Why don't you tell me, give me a list of all the things that you have done? Well, first of all, let me tell you that all of you in this institute saw a slump in your placements in 2008 and 9. Now that has recovered. You're getting good placements. Why? Why was India not washed away because of the global financial crisis? Because we, the left of the Communist Party, prevented the UPA-1 government from doing 4 specific things. One, they had a law ready in the parliament to ensure the full convertibility of the Indian rupee. If the Indian rupee was convertible at the time of the financial crisis, huge amounts of our resources would have been drained out. 2, they wanted to, they brought in bill, which is still there in Parliament, it's on the table, that bill on banking reforms where they wanted foreign banks could take over Indian private banks. If that had happened, with the collapse of these foreign giants that you saw on the Wall Street, many of our banks would have collapsed and millions of our people would have been ruined, apart from your economy being completely ruined. Number 3, they wanted to increase the cap on foreign direct investment in your insurance sector. If we had allowed that to happen, with the collapse of your big 5 on the Wall Street, your insurance sector, and thereby consequently, millions, crores of people's lives would have been ruined. 4thly, they wanted to privatize your pension funds. If these pension funds were privatized, then the savings of the Indian people and the Indian workers would have been kept at the disposal of this foreign financial giants, who would have utilized these bodies in order to shore up their losses that have occurred because of the meltdown in the West.